Sup, son?
Sup, son?
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Select. Welcome back. We've missed you. I have a ton of questions for you, Select. I guess first, how's it feel to be back?
I feel really good, and I love the SC2 community and crowd.
I know they love you too. I mean, Select, some of my early MLG memories are of your long runs, of some of the epic games that you had early on. You know, did you miss that as like one of the reasons you wanted to come back to Starcraft II?
Because I always miss the crowd, and I want to win in the main stage, and I want to feel the crowd again.
Awesome, awesome. So you were taking some time off, like, well, I mean, it wasn't really time off from StarCraft II. You retired, and you went on and you played some Dota, and then you decided to come back. So my first question regarding that is, did Dota 2 help keep your StarCraft skills at all, or?
Actually, my reaction and decision making improved playing Dota 2, and also talking. So I think my stream got better because I talk a lot more now.
Excellent. So, and yeah, if you have not checked it out, Select has been streaming a lot lately, and it is great. Good shit. Good shit. You know what I'm talking about. Now, as far as making a return, do you miss Dota 2, or are you very happy to be back in StarCraft?
I am very happy that I'm back to Starcraft 2 right now.
Now, you also left during Wings of Liberty into the transition of Heart of the Swarm, so you come back and you've got all these new toys to play with as a Terran. What do you love about Heart of the Swarm, and what do you not like so much?
I love this Reaper and Medivac boost the best, because Reaper you can scout, and Medivac you can run away now, you can save some units, and I love Terran now.
And what do you hate?
I hate Hellbest.
Really? Why? Only against you, right?
Yeah, only against me, yeah.
But you love them when you use them.
Of course. Especially when I'm killing like 40 probes at one time.
Yeah. I like that feeling too, Select. It's good. So you're up against Hero, someone who, obviously longtime Team Liquid member, very good Protoss, played Korea International. What do you feel like your chances are versus Hero?
It reminds of me, I mean, last year, I beat him 2-0. So I think I can make it again.
All right, well, Select, your time has come. Thank you very much. Good luck. Give him one more round of applause. Welcome Select back to StarCraft II. And I'm going to send it back to the casters on the stage. Day 9 and Total Biscuit.
Thank you so much, DJ Weed. I don't know if you know how to do a sup, son, but all you have to do is you have to hold your palms in the air and be smug. Can everyone do that? Can we just get a shot of that? This is Select's signature motion. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Good on you. The crowd in Anaheim is the best Total Biscuit.
It's always fun to be in front of the Anaheim crowd. Always nice and loud, even in the morning, which is amazing. You generally don't see that in nerddom.
Top 5 crowd NA.
No question.
Looks like we will be having a TVP.
That we will.
Very unusual, micro-intensive TVP, no doubt. Both these players like to attack a lot.
Yes, they do. Select, his signature play style is aggressive. He was known for high APM back in Wings of Liberty and being able to use it more to the point. Incredible stutter stepping, very marine focused, very bio heavy. Generally didn't see too many different styles coming out from him. But he is up against Liquid Hero, who is unquestionably on fire right now, is playing very well in Pro League, is the champion of WCS America, and is probably playing the best he ever has. So to suggest that Select is anything other than an underdog here, I think would be unfair.
Yeah, you know, the thing about Hero is that he is one of the best performers when he's on.
Yes.
But he's, you know, world class. Arguably like top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
Certainly top 20. But every now and again, like even at the WCS Grand Finals, just seemed to fumble.
Yes, he actually
critical
did.
Games.
Yeah, his performance in the Grand Finals was not what we saw from him in WCS America. So it can happen. There's no question about that. We're about ready to get started. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to get started? That's what we like to hear. Any time, I think, in StarCraft 2 where you see Select versus Hero, it's going to be fun one way or the other. This, I think, is going to be a very interesting time.
Now keep in mind, Hero only just started playing to warm up on his account, so he has just been placed into Platinum League. Let's see if he can go up against this Grandmaster.
Damn, I might run into him later. All right, folks, here we go. Belshir Vestige is up and running and ready to rock and roll. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you our first player of the day, here up on the main stage. To the southeast position, playing Protoss in the red trunks, Liquid Hero!
Actually had to decrease the font size in the graphic to make sure they could include all his recent achievements. Don't forget that the 2012 winner DreamHack first place, preceded by his 2011 DreamHack winner first place.
Yep, indeed. They couldn't fit that on the board, unfortunately, but I have to just go with his most recent crushing victories versus his opponent. This is kind of the battle of the crowd favorites here, having recently returned from a stint in a game that we shall not name. In the blue trunks, playing Terran to the northwest, it is Select!
They even included the Subsun in the overlay.
And that's what MLG budget gives you.
You know, some other notable achievements in there has had, I think, 7 or 8 top 16 runs
Yes.
in MLGs, including second place at MLG DC in 2010.
Select is basically a staple, or at least has been, of MLG. And having an MLG without Select was very strange. It's probably why Dallas felt a little bit off to me, but he is back, and he did recently participate in the Red Bull Training Grounds event, very recently, in fact. And that has given him quite a lot of practice. Everyone there was put through the ringer in terms of playing against some of the best players, including, of course, Golden and Sound at this very event.
Yeah, but you know, one thing that we're seeing out of Select is that even though his APM is great and his control and his decision making is incredibly solid, we see that he's still using some of the Wings of Liberty rules that get pounded into your head. Of, okay, you know, like the fast Marauder opening in Terran vs. Terran, and then following that up with an expand into Bio didn't end up panning out very well. And he used to do a little bit more modern, faster teching. And it's those sorts of things that might come back to haunt him. And Select, right off the bat, just getting that Engineering Bay block stat.
Yeah, Engineering Bay block down in the natural expansion of Hero. Fairly old school thing to do, but it can work particularly effectively. What I'm worried about is that probe. The Reaper didn't catch it. The probe is sitting down in the corner there. An NG block may very well trigger some kind of nasty response here from Hero. We'll have to see whether or not he picks up on that particular probe. Mothership Core now out on the way. So Reaper straight into the reactor barracks, which is generally followed up by an expand, but he can't do that because he put down the engineering bay. So it slowed it down just a little bit. Now he finally gets that command center rocking and rolling.
Nice little play, the Reaper Engineering Bay combo. Very often players will be trying to avoid building a Stalker at this early stage. They just want to get that Nexus up as fast as possible, but now we're seeing that this Reaper is being really, really annoying. Now the Mothership Core is going to begin picking away at the Engineering Bay, and this gives Select the opportunity to scout.
Yes, it does. You know, you can jump into the base past the Mothership Core, which is moving to intercept, but it's a little bit too slow for that. There's the cancellation, and that's a significant delay. More to the point, it filters down the kind of builds and openings that the Protoss player can actually do, and means that Select has an easier job predicting it.
Got Select with his characteristic excellent micro, throwing those Reaper darts as best he can. But like you said, Total Biscuit, I mean, that probe just hiding in the back of the base is brutal.
That worries me greatly. I mean, it could be used, of course, for warpins, or it could be used for scouting. Now it has, for a fraction of a second, appeared. There is that pylon that I was worried would come down. It showed up for a fraction of a second there, but I don't think Select saw it.
Oh, no. Oh, Select. I mean, this is just classic StarCraft 101. Like, okay, if you're playing against a Protoss, make sure there's no probe in the base.
Yeah, that is pretty ugly if that happens.
And Select is riding out to meet the Mothership Core. It looks like he is going to get a pick-off.
Yep.
Very nice play, but the problem is there's 3 Zealots warping into his main.
Uh-oh. Well, that's going to be difficult to deal with. There's really nothing there whatsoever. The bunker is completely out of position. Select, he spots it. Select has now seen the pylon, but can he get back there in time to do anything about it? He's too busy chasing the Mothership Core, which he's not going to get. Great control there by Hero, and now he's going to deal with 3 Zealots. He can. I mean, he's pulling SCVs now. He's got the Reaper back in play as well, but the Stalkers are coming to follow this up. This is getting really ugly really quickly.
Uh-oh. Now it's going to be a forced retreat. The reactor is under fire. We don't mind getting close to coming out, but I mean, Hero has plenty of money to continue to do these sorts of warp-ins. This is a disaster for Select. Just having everything overrun. This is going to be a very quick game number one.
Yes, it will. There's no real way out of this at this point. The SCV count is now far too low. More warp-ins come in. Oh dear, I think that might be a little bit optimistic. Whatever the case, we are seeing Select being absolutely hammered here. A very simple error leading into a very brutal loss by the looks of it, with 3 Stalkers now nailing down the remaining units here. There isn't anything to kill this, and there's no reason for Hero to just stop the pressure. GG. You know, with a very simple game number one there.
And, you know, that's, I will say, one of those things that haunts players.
Yeah, certainly.
There's so many players, I mean, especially if you're coming back after a long break, because you will be focusing on your fundamentals, you'll be looking at build orders, trying to perfect them, thinking about the broad, long-term strategies. But in StarCraft II, in the first maybe 8 minutes or so, there's about 10 different things that you need to worry about. Warp-ins, 6-gate all-ins, Warp Prism 4-gate harass, Dark Templar rushes, Oracles in the main base, and each one has very specific answers that you must do. In this position, once this warp-in began, there was nothing that you know, Select could do. Hero very smartly target fires the reactor to draw everything out, but I mean, in a certain sense, you don't even need to do that when you have a lot to a little.
No, you actually don't. I mean, there was nowhere near enough Marines. The Mothership Corps drew a good contingent of about 4 Marines away from the base. If they were back there in time, maybe they would have shut the first warp-in down, maybe would have seen that, but note the fact that Hero delayed his attack until the second warp-in was about ready. He holds his 3 Zealots back, and then the second warp-in follows it up, because he knows if he gets caught out and he loses that first wave, he could put his pylon at risk, and he could lose that aggressive engagement. So it was a nice little move there by him. Select cannot be feeling happy with that one.
Well, it does mean game number 2 will be starting in a moment. MLG Whirlwind, stay tuned. It's going to be a much bigger map. You know Select's going to scout his base. How will these two players pair up in a long macro?